somebody's hungry. And Chastity, I think that you have some food, right?
Hey guys, well, yeah, we're out here on the porch. We've been talking about everything under the sun out here, talking about your trip to New Orleans, Cherish, with Joe, our photographer. But this is Michael with Longhorn. He's actually with the Gulf Shores location, which is a fairly new store for y'all.
We've been there about 6 years now, so we're not new, but we're not old. We're kind of in that in-between age now.
And of course, there's Longhorns all across our area. I know Mobile, I know Daphne.
Daphne on right off of 98 there across the bay. So we've got 3 locations in the Bay Area.
And hey, you guys are known for grilling. Talk about a great steak. And of course, it's Labor Day weekend. Many of you might be getting ready to grill steaks of your own for this weekend. So we have Michael here who's going to tell us how to do it.
Yeah, today we're going to cover a few things. We're going to cover selecting the right cut of steak, seasoning, and how to grill.
That's right. We've got 3 pretty good looking steaks here.
Yeah, so what we're going to start with here is I got 3 great steaks. The first one is a sirloin, then we've got a filet, and a bone-in ribeye. It's called the Outlaw Ribeye.
The filet has to be, of course, one of my favorites, but I will tell you, I've had your bone-in ribeye before, and the taste is perfection.
Thank you. But first, the sirloin. The sirloin is a nice lean cut of steak. It's juicy, has very little fat content to it, and has a really, really bold flavor. Then in the middle there, we've got the filet. The filet is also a very lean cut of steak, but it's also very tender. So it's good to cook from rare to well. It'll hold up through all the temperatures. And then last but not least, the bone-in Outlaw Ribeye, my personal favorite steak on the menu. Really bold flavors, nice marbling, nice fat content, goes great for any occasion.
And so if people are getting ready to grill this weekend, one thing that's important, you guys always push to have fresh steaks.
Yes, always fresh, never frozen. That's one of the things we always look for at Longhorn. We don't freeze any of the steaks, chicken, or the fish. I think it really helps bring out a great product.
And as far as another thing you mentioned to me, when people are grilling their steaks, you say they always do something with their grill.
People usually have a tendency to not cook with the grill hot enough. You want to get the grill really hot, make sure we're searing in that flavor well. We're usually looking for about 500 degrees there.
Okay, and so as far as getting ready to get these steaks on the grill, what are we starting off with first?
Well, the first thing, you just want to make sure you make a good steak selection. Okay. 3 things you're looking for there: the cut of steak that you need, the marbling content, and the desired tenderness.
Okay.
So, and once again, you just want to make sure it's always fresh.
Okay.
But you know, we'll make that decision based on how you want a steak cooked. If you're looking for something well done, I probably wouldn't go with a sirloin. I'd probably go with a filet or ribeye, just because it tends to hold up better at that temperature.
Well, that's perfect. And we're going to be talking about how we're going to season these. Of course, Longhorn has some secret ingredients that they use, but Michael in the next cooking segment is going to tell us how to season our steaks, give you a few tips there, so you don't want to miss that. Another game I like to play when I'm out here on the patio, and Joe knows what I'm about to do. It's called, Is There Any Employees Arriving Late Today? And right now we're okay. I always do that, Joe and Cherish, when I'm out here on the patio. I like to call people out. It's a good time. But nobody is arriving late this morning. What's going on?
Then what?
Welcome back to Studio 10. We are outside on our patio set here at Fox 10 with the good folks from Longhorn Steakhouse. We have Michael Pippin in the house working on some steaks here for us today. What are we looking at here, and what are we going to do in this segment?
What we're going to talk about now is some seasoning techniques. At the restaurant, we use three dry seasonings that we use for each steak. Depending on how we're going to cook it, it gets a different seasoning. Those are trade secrets. I obviously can't give you any of that information, but what I can do is I can show you some things we can do at home.
Nice.
That'll get you a really great flavor coming off of the grill.
Okay.
So what we've got here, I'm going to have you mix these up for me. I've got a little garlic powder here.
Sure. I got this for you.
A little salt.
Okay.
Some pepper. Don't go skimpy on the pepper. And some onion powder.
All right.
We're going to mix those up.
There we go. Is that good?
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great. One of the mistakes a lot of people make when grilling at home is they tend to under-season their steaks. Don't be afraid of it. It's not going to hurt anybody. You almost can't go too much here. So we're going to grab up this beautiful Outlaw bone-in ribeye here, and we're going to start to season it.
Okay.
I'll do one side. I'll let you grab the other. We're going to go really, really heavy with the seasoning here. Make sure we coat it coast to coast all the way across. And then we're going to flip. Make sure we get both sides. Well,
And you want me to do this side,
Oh
huh?
yeah, really heavy.
All right, really heavy. Pour it on there. Get all that good flavor in there.
You're going to lose a lot when you flip it. You're going to lose a lot when you go to the grill, so
Okay.
you almost can't go too much.
Sounds good.
So that's how we season a steak.
All right, I like that. Now, for the folks who are watching at home, of course, Labor Day is a big grilling day. A lot of folks getting outside. That's why you're showing this. But if they don't want to grill, you can always hop on over to Longhorn Steakhouse
Oh yeah,
as well.
oh yeah. If you really don't feel like you can master the grill for Labor Day, we're open all day. Stop by, see us for some fresh, never frozen steaks.
And where is your store located?
My location is in Gulf Shores, directly in front of the Target Shopping Center at Pelican Point.
Sounds good. And we're going to season these other ones too and get those going?
Yeah, we can if that's what you want to do.
What do you mean if that? Of course, that's what I want to do. If I have the choice of cooking more steaks, we're going to cook some more steaks. I like it.
So we got a filet and a sirloin here as well.
All right, well, I tell you what, I'll let you handle all that. And when we come back, the grill is flaming. We got it ready to go. We're going to put these bad boys on there, and we're going to have some steaks at the end of the program today. Looking forward to that. Thanks a lot, Michael.
Thank you.
All right, so during the commercial break, we obviously made the transition from inside to outside. Cherish has been raving about how it smells so good even though we're outside.
That's hard to do because when you're inside a building, you know, I mean, it's easy. You have walls around, but when you're outside and you have this much open space, and to make it smell good, I mean, we even walked a little, it smells so good, and it's because of Michael Pippin Steaks from Longhorn Steakhouse. Oh my goodness gracious.
Well, it's also all that seasoning we had him put on there earlier too. You know, when you put that much seasoning on the steak, you throw it on the grill, it's gonna put off some great smells.
I do what I can.
Joe helping out here.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to recap a little bit about what you talked about earlier, the leanest cut. If we want something lean, what do we need to go for?
Filet, definitely. Good for all temperatures, stays tender all the way through, nice, juicy cut of steak.
And when we're choosing any type of steak, what are the 3 things that we need to look for?
We're looking for tenderness, marbling, and making sure it's fresh, not frozen.
Okay.
Sounds good. So what do we got going on the grill right now?
All right, so what we've done beforehand, we got the steak seasoned, so now we're ready to put the steaks on. We got our grill nice and hot. We want
yeah.
it right around 500 degrees. I'm gonna take a little canola oil here. We're gonna brush just a little bit of oil across the grill. That's gonna keep everything from sticking. Gonna make sure we get a good sear.
Why canola oil instead of a different kind?
Canola oil has a really high smoke point on it, so it doesn't
Okay.
burn as easily as the rest of the oils do.
That's a good tip. I did not know that.
We're gonna take that steak, drop it right on where we put
Why are
that
you way
oil.
back there? Is it because it's so hot?
This because the smoke is coming
Very
directly
hot.
at my face.
500 degrees.
It's
is very hot. It's no
hot.
joke.
I'm backing up too,
So
but
we're gonna
Joe's
load
way
that.
back.
We're gonna drop that right on top of the oil. We're gonna let it go for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then we're gonna give it a turn about 45 degrees. When we do that, what that's gonna do is gonna give you those nice diamond marks that we're looking for on the grill. Gonna make it really pretty for you.
When do we get to eat?
We're just a couple of minutes out from that. So while I've got the steak on the grill cooking, I did want to talk about a couple of things. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks here that are going to help you cook a steak exactly how you want it done at home.
Perfect.
One of the worst things you can do with a steak,
We do have a helicopter or something flying overhead, just so you know, but that's okay.
one of the worst things you can do for a steak when you have it on the grill to see how done it is to cut it open. Because as soon as you cut that steak, you're going to let out all the juiciness, all the moisture out of the steak. It's going to be dry. It's going to tend to overcook at that point as well.
Oh, I've so done that. So what do you do?
We have a little trick. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a little trick here on how to tell when your steak is done.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to start with your hand just like this. Push your finger right here. You feel that texture right there, how it pushes back? That's what a rare steak will feel like on the grill. So you take your finger, push it on the steak. That's what rare feels like.
See, but I had a weird thumb injury, so mine feels different on this
Use
side.
your other hand.
Feel your wife's thumbs.
All right.
All right, so that's rare. Then we're going to take our finger there, touch, squeeze, a little bit of, see how there's a little change
Sure.
there? It's medium rare.
Well, I tell you what, that's a great tip. We're going to let you keep grilling. We've got to go to a commercial break, but when we come back, take a look at how awesome these steaks are. Smells good, Cherish, just like you said.
Oh yeah, smells good. I want to eat the salad too.
We'll be back in just a little bit.